We're going to start with the essential idea that teachers need to be able to see all of their students while they are teaching. They need to be able to read the room. They need to be able to see that kids are with them. They need to be able to see when students hold up work, for example. They really need to see all of their students. For the importance of this, think about the in-person analogy. Sharing your screen and then seeing a ribbon of students, 4 or 5 kids down the side of your screen while you're sharing your screen is basically like teaching from the hallway, where you step into the hall, you can see your board, your smart board or your whiteboard, and you can see that row of desks along the far wall, and you can't see the rest of your students. Teachers would never do that. We would never encourage that. But that's what's basically happening when teachers are sharing their screen and teaching and seeing 4 or 5 students at a time. So these are some ways to make sure that teachers can always see all of their students. And this is basically a threshold starting point for supporting our teachers. So first, dual monitor. This is the best option. If you have a second monitor, you could have a TV that you connect with an HDMI cable or an actual second computer monitor. However you set it up, you're going to go to the little caret next to the video button. You're going to go to video settings, general, and use dual monitors. When you do that, you'll see that nothing changed on this screen right now, but I have my gallery view here with my 2 friends, Eeyore and Tigger, and then I have over here a screen that shows everything in one of those boxes. The reason that that is important is when I share my screen, the shared screen is going to pop up on one of my screens. In this case, it popped up on my main monitor here. I'm going to switch it over so that I can keep my gallery view right in front of me. And now I have my gallery view, whether that's 25 students or 49, depending on your computer, it can go up to 49 potentially. I'll have all of my students in front of me on my gallery view. And then over here on my other screen, I will have what I'm sharing. So what the kids are seeing and what I'm presenting. So this way I can work off of the second screen while I'm still seeing all of my students. So that is our best option. And now I'll stop the share and I will turn off that dual monitor and show a couple other options. Now I need to drag this back, and now I'm back to having one screen. So if I have one screen, things that I can do are use a second device. I can use a second device by simply on my other device signing into the same Zoom meeting from a different account, so my personal Gmail account, for example, and now I can see the gallery view while I'm doing something else with my primary device. This is great for something like breakout rooms. If I send students into breakout rooms, I could pull 4 or 5 kids into a couple different breakout rooms. I could keep my other device, my Chromebook, for example, in the main room with the kids that are in the main room. I'm still there with kids in the main room as they're working, and I can pop into the breakout rooms on this device and check in with kids. I can mute my other device, but I can keep an eye on what's going on in the main room or in another breakout room. Works great for that. It doesn't work as well for sharing a screen and still trying to see all of our students, especially if you use a Chromebook, because a Chromebook generally does not have the ability to use side-by-side mode when you're sharing a screen. So that means if you're sharing a screen and you're in the same meeting on your other device, you're still only going to see 4 or 5 more students. So if your second device is a Chromebook, it gives you the advantage of seeing 4 or 5 more students on top of what you can see on your primary device, but you can't see a full gallery view on that second device. The third option works when you are using a dot cam. So the traditional way that people generally use a dot cam is by sharing their screen like this. They're going to the second camera, they share, and here's their dot cam that they can work on. The problem with that is, like everything else, I'm now sharing my screen, which means I can only see this small little gallery view, and if I have more than 3 students, it's going to be hard to see all my students. So another option, instead of sharing my screen, is just to turn the video input into the dot cam itself. So if I'm using a dot cam, I can go to my video and I can just choose the dot cam, and it will turn what was my face into the dot cam. And then I can spotlight that video spotlight it for everyone. And now this is what everyone's going to see. I can still see the gallery view, but students are going to continue to see that spotlighted video as I work on the dot cam. And I can toggle very quickly and easily back from that. There's a keyboard shortcut from that too, that will allow you to toggle quickly back and forth if the keyboard shortcut is faster for you than clicking the caret. But you can toggle back and forth this way, and that is the dot cam option that allows you to still see your full gallery view. And then finally, we can just use Nearpod, because whenever we use Nearpod, we don't need to share our screen at all. So now students are seeing this Nearpod without me sharing anything. I can continue to watch my entire gallery view on the rest of my screen, on my Zoom screen, while I'm working over here. So I can model something over here. Kids will see what I'm modeling, and I can be watching my gallery view while I'm modeling here. It also has the advantage, of course, of being able to see student work as it's happening in real time. And again, you don't need to share your screen, so you can always see your full gallery view when using Nearpod.